Hey guys, what's up? I'm back again, doing another delivery run. So let me see if I know how to get out of here. I think, hold on. These textures are driving me crazy. And am I supposed to go up here? Am I supposed to go through here, I think. Nope. I'm supposed to go this way. I can see. So let's turn this rig around. Supposed to go up here. Alright, here we go. So what do I want to talk about right now? Well, I want to talk about these movie games that are becoming very, very popular. Probably the most successful one that everybody's talking about, especially now, is you know, The Walking Dead, and it's a 3D game. You know, it's using a 3D engine, and it is doing extremely well. We're seeing a lot of Let's Play videos of the The Walking Dead. I'm just trying to concentrate, make sure I go in the right direction right here. I think I'm going in the right direction. I think I have to go out of here. Come on. I want to take a look. I really don't. I think I'm supposed to go here, I guess. This is a little... Okay, I think I'm... Alright, there's the gates. Alright, so we're going in the right direction. So back on topic, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about, you know, The Walking Dead. Now, I'll just talk a little bit about my experience. Ooh. That's not good. Oh, I really want to fall off the cliff. Oh, please. Let's go this way. Turn the wheels, turn the wheels. I hate this. I really want to have a good commentary, but this, I had to get a hard level right here. As you can see, this is not an easy level. It's just... a rig. And in this direction, right over here. Let's turn this rig around. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Now we're cooking. But you know, I go a little way back with The Walking Dead. I started reading the comic book. I think it was like issue 10. You know, and I was just fascinated with The Walking Dead. And I'm not a big zombie person, to tell you the truth. You know, I am not a huge zombie person. There are some zombie movies that I love to watch. You know, the one that's in the mall, that's been on HBO, Showtime, multiple times. What is that? You know, the one with the mall, when the remake of it. Forget the name of it, but oh, come on, this thing is slow. Pulling a heavy payload here, you know. And I tell you the truth, I don't watch the Walking Dead TV series at all, just because I already experienced it with the comic. And I don't feel the need or the excitement to you know, watch the show. And I know people who said that would move. Who've read books and so you know, like they're not interested in watching a certain movie because they, you know, read the book and so on. But you know, the Walking Dead video game, like I was playing episode 1. on my iPad. And I have to say, it really wrapped me up. I mean, I'm really interested in the story. And I do own the full entire series on Steam. So now I really want to play it. And I don't want to play it on the iPad because, you know, of course I'll have to play episode 1 again on the computer. And I don't feel like buying the episodes, you know, on the iPad since I already own them. But I was really, I'm just telling you, I was really sucked into that story, you know, with Lee. And I guess Lee, he seems like a pretty good guy. He seems like he was a guy who was framed and so on. I'll turn on my wipers here. Hold on. Put my lights on. You know, he seems like he was somebody who was somewhat framed for something. I don't know if he was involved in a bad relationship or somebody framed him or whatever. But the story seems really interesting. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is that we kind of had these games, like from Telegames and Heavy Rain, a little bit, not exactly, so I don't want to be misquoted because it wasn't the same, it was too kind of different. We used to have full motion video games, and you know, they had a good run on the Sega CD, and they were on a couple of other you know, platforms, which, you know, of course the PC got a couple of them in the 3DO, but there is one on the 3DO which is said to be excellent. And another YouTuber by the name of Pete Dorr, I think, played it. And I'm going to try and find the video to that game. And I'll leave it in the description box of this video. It's a murder mystery. I think he played a detective. And I remember watching his Let's Play of it, and it looked pretty, well, really good. Almost, come on, stop. I'll wait for the traffic to go by. But, you know, the full motion games that were out at that time, some of them weren't that bad. The problem with the full motion games was when they did come out, I'm going to have to cut in here. Somebody's have to let me by. Come on, there's always like a car coming every 2 minutes. I'm going to go for it. That's the one thing they got to fix with this game, is they have other cars like, ooh, you know, back up a little bit, you know, just, you know, because that's what real people would do. I just wish they would fix that. But the full motion games got a little bit of a bad rap because of 2 games. One was, you know, Night Trap, of course. And if you play Night Trap, you get bored of it real quick because it's very repetitive. You wait for these bad guys going around to different rooms, blah, blah, blah. Sewer Shock, I'll be honest, I don't think Sewer Shock is as bad as everybody says it is. It's not a great game by any means, but it's not a bad shooter. You know, the acting in it is corny as hell, but it's not that bad. Probably somebody playing a train simulator who's gonna run over me. But I mean, they weren't. Night Trap was okay. It wasn't great, but I mean, if you had it, you could play it. But you know, Sewer Shock, I mean, you actually had to pay attention, you know, a little bit, and remember what turns they wanted, and then shoot those rats in the hole and so on. It was an okay game. It wasn't great. It wasn't amazing or anything like that. But some of the other full motion games, they actually got a little bit better. You know, like I'm saying, you know, the one for the 3DO, I can't remember the name for that, but that one only came out for the 3DO system. And that YouTuber Pete Dorr played it, so If I can't find it, you're gonna have to go to this channel and look for it. And you know, there was one with Tina Carrera. I don't think it was that bad either. I actually have the PC version, and it was one of those games I never got to at the time because I had other games or I didn't have time. And I don't know, it was back in the days of, like, you know, it wasn't DOS, but it was like Windows 95. So maybe there was a reason why I didn't. Maybe I tried to install it or not. But it's also came up with a 3DO. So if you can't play the PC version, you can play the 3DO version and run the emulator and play it. You know, so you know you have two options: PC and 3DO. And that's one of the reasons why I love emulators. Because, you know, even though there are some great PC games back in the day, sometimes that stuff's hard to get because of, you know, DOS or whatever, where you can play these. I gotta turn off my wipers thing. I'm happy it stopped raining. You know, it's easier to drive. But anyway, you know, you can play these great games now with emulators for that were, you know, because of the console ports. Because DOS box is not easy, and there's probably some tutorials on YouTube. But a lot of these older games, like I own a couple of DOS games, and you know I got Windows 7, but I downloaded them from Steam. And Steam, you know, runs DOS blocks automatically, and so you just start up. You just click on the game, and DOS blocks starts up. It's already configured for you, and it just works. You wouldn't even know you were running DOS unless you know, if you never saw that little prompt that said DOS box. And I got Star Wars Dark Forces and Tomb Raider, which are DOS games. And I'm real happy to have them because I mean, I'd rather pay for these games again than go through the headache of you know, working with DOS. But going back to the full motion video games and what I want to talk about, you know, The Walking Dead could probably have been done to a point. Not exactly, but could have came pretty close to The Walking Dead from Telegames with full motion video. And you know, I just think that a lot of people just didn't know how to execute full motion video games. And I remember Stan Lee said, it's not the idea that is great, it's the execution which is great. And I've seen other people say similar things. Oops, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, it's tight squeeze. I was talking and I was going to miss my turn. See what happens? My mind wanders off and I'm not paying attention, just daydreaming while I'm driving. But I'm thinking now is a good time to bring back those full motion video games. Rethink how these games could be re-executed and so on. And one of the reasons is because I think these games could probably be redone pretty damn well. It's because of smaller cameras like DSLRs or even like the FS100, or you know, we have these other cameras that are really portable, easy to move around. I mean, of course, you know, you'll have to use a tripod for certain things or sliders or some other things, but man, you can move these. You can really speed up production a lot with these cameras. Now, the downside of some of these cameras, and I'm going to leave it to this Zacuto camera test. That, of course, like the higher end cameras that are also real big, they can save you in production time, like lighting, and trying to get that super Hollywood look to them, where everything is just, you know, the basically what I'm saying. Let's say you walk into a room, there's a window. You know, these high-end cameras, they can pull the detail out of the highlights in the air and even in the dark shadows. Where the cheaper cameras, they're definitely getting better, but you know, so probably to make it really good. You know, one of these really good games would be, you know, maybe an FS100. Small, it's portable, it's easy to use. It's, you know, it's not that much bigger than DSLR. The only problem is it has to be handheld. It has to be on some type of rig, and it doesn't have image stabilization. But you know, you can use more than one camera. But I'm really thinking that a lot of these full motion video games could come back nowadays. And I'm not joking. And I'm gonna have to take a turn right here, because I really do miss some of those full motion games. One of my favorite ones, and I'm telling you guys, I'm just telling you as a gamer, Ground Texas Zero. It's probably a little corny today, but you know, they took Night Trap and they looked at everything that was wrong with Night Trap, and they came up with some more, you know, game mechanics. It's Night Trap done right, basically. And I was actually hoping, because it was I can't remember the name of the company, but they made most of the full motion video games. And I was hoping they would come to the 3DO, because I should have got gas. Did I screw up? I need to get gas. You know, I was hoping that it would come to the 3DO system, but we never got Ground Texas Zero on the 3DO. You know, because the 3DO had much better color, wasn't as good as like a DVD, and it's still pixelation, but it was a lot better than the Sega CD. Now the Sega CD 32X had some full motion video games, and I've seen some samples on YouTube of the 32X versions, and it looks like 3DO basically. And you know, I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna see if I can talk to some people, some cameramen, and make a full motion game done right. Kind of like something that Tele whatever would do, and see if full motion video games could have a comeback. Now the problem with full motion video is that full motion video is, well, not, I say full, I mean 1080p is pretty big. So maybe like even though it's 720p is the way to go, or get some really good compression codecs that could compress, you know, 720p or 1080p to a really good small file. You know, that's a gas station. Looks like a little airport or something. You know, plane simulator ad right there, guys. Now, I don't know how to program. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, but it'd be nice to, you know, get one of these out on the market. You know, even if it was, you know, downloadable game for Xbox, PS3, put it on Steam, because Heavy Rain could be done. Oh, that hurts. That's coming on my wallet. Guy's like yelling at me. Yeah, sorry about that, bud. Crashed into him. I'm running low on fuel. Yeah, trying. Now I'm gonna stay on the right side. I'm staying on the right side. I need to get to that gas station. But I really want a comeback for full motion games. And there was like a killer something that was on Sega CD and 3DO. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was more like a cheap island, and there was like zombies running around. Then there was another military one that was, I think he flew a helicopter. And then there was another one that was made by MGM. A lot of people said it wasn't that bad. It was, I guess it was about a dad and his family or something. Then there was Mask Rider. So they had a lot of goofy stuff coming out to full motion video. But I'm telling you, if full motion video games were done right, they could have a comeback. But they left a bad taste in so many people's mouths back in the day that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't give them a try again. But I'm wondering if that bad taste has, worn out a little bit. So, looks like a bunch of logs right here. A lot of firewood. You can get a lot of firewood here. Probably steal some at night. No, they wouldn't even know. I mean, they don't even have guards here. I think I got enough fuel. I think there's a gas station coming right up. I'm gonna have to stop over and get some gas. Ooh. Ooh. Driving up. Is this a gas station? Sounds like a truck stop. A little bit further. I think I have to come in through the other side or something. Not a gas station, just a company rest stop. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep on driving. Just keep on trucking. It's like that famous country singer keeps on saying, keep on trucking, keep on trucking. And I really did take a very long mission. Most of the missions that I play are usually a lot shorter. But I'm telling you something, like I always used to turn my nose up to simulators. And one time I almost was going to give simulators a try. I'm not joking. Like combat military flight simulator, like Tomcat 14s or F-16s. And those games were like, I don't know, like $50, $60, $70. I mean, they used to come with like a book manual that was like 500 pages. I mean, I'm not joking. Like huge book manuals. I mean, stuff that real fighter pilots would have to read. And my friend was like, you don't want to read that stuff. You don't know how complicated that is. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. He goes, then you need the flight stick, you need all this other stuff, and they're not bad once you get into them and you really know what you're doing, and then you get some combat going. But other than that, he's like, stay away from them. So I took his advice and I never played one of them. Maybe I'll play some flight simulators. I don't know. I saw one of them on YouTube. It looked gorgeous. I mean, like, this guy was flying over the mountains. And I was like looking at it. I was like, wow, that almost looks real. Much better than this. This game actually looks a lot better than what you guys are seeing. But I'm running the graphics on low. Just because I need to record with Bandicam, and when you're recording you actually drop frames, so like I would need a much powerfuler computer to record and get the game on high. I mean, I can get it on high, but I'll probably get like 10 frames per second. And another trick that I'm doing, just to let you guys know, just to let you guys know, another trick that I've been using just to help with, to avoid frame drops. I'm actually recording on a very large USB stick that I got. So my OS is my hard drive on my laptop, so that's where the game is installed and everything like that. But I wasn't even having frame drops on recording on that. That's a dangerous ditch to get into. Oh, there's my friend Joe right there, driving by. He just waved to me. Now it looks like they're doing some construction over here. I wonder what they're doing. Are they building like, they're just cutting down trees, lumber. Thought maybe they were building condos over here or something. It's like a graveyard, kind of with all those stones. Have a creepy place to live, I guess. There's my friend Mac. Sometimes we hang out at the same truck stop. You know, we all know each other eventually. Like, you know, you're like, hey, what's up? Oh, you work for this company, whatever. But yeah, you know, maybe I'll try to film that movie myself, the zombie movie. I got a GH2. I can do it. Now, I'd rather like hire somebody that was really good. I mean, I kind of want to see if full motion video games could have a comeback. Actually, people still make them. I think there's a Wikipedia page, and somebody was working on a full motion video game that was going to come out like this year or last year, I think, you know, 2012. Forgot the name of it, but there was a full motion video game that I really liked, and it was a Star Trek one. I think it's called Borg something, and it was only available for the PC, and it was pretty good. And it's like you played this recruit or something like that. You just had to stop the Borg and stuff. But where I think these games failed a little bit is where they got a little bit too corny. They're like, you know, like the acting was a little corny at times and so on. But maybe if they got like really, really good actors, and you know, like they didn't know like to stare at the camera like dun dun dun, you know, continue, will you live or die, you know, something like that, I think could be really, you know, good. I mean, if they got good actors to bring back these games. And it looks like somebody has windmill electricity up ahead. Probably shouldn't be going this quick. And slow down right here. I'm telling you guys, if you guys want to try this game, there's actually a demo available. You guys can try it, see if you like it. Don't knock it until you try it. The reason why I got this game, I think I said it in the last videos I've done. It's the reason because I got this game is because I needed something to do commentaries with, okay? Something that's easy to talk and play. Where other games I can, you know, they're not hard. Like, I actually have some other games I'll probably be using for commentaries, you know, just to get my thoughts. And that's what this is. This is the vlog show. I'm not giving up any of the other stuff. Call of Duty will be coming back. App reviews. It's just that I hate being in that rut of producing the same type of videos all the time sometimes. And I know sometimes that's actually a bad thing, because I know there's people like that subscribe to your channel because I like your app reviews, or you know, like your Call of Duty or whatever it is. But you know, I'm thinking like this driving sim, this is going to be my vlog show where I can talk about anything I want. Yes, thank you, we found gasoline. Oh, we will stop and get gas. We need gas. We need gas real bad. So here we go. Hey buddy, how you doing? That's Eric, my other friend, another truck driver. Let's pull up. Okay, alright, now we're filling it up. Alright. Last time I just pressed enter, and I thought I got the gas, and I didn't. Alright, so let's go. So I actually completed that level, and I thought I filled up the gas tank. Alright, let's see if I can get out of here without crashing. Alright, so here we got this car that's in my way that won't back up. Go look. See if I can... Here we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, very long drive to go, boys. Very, very, very long drive. Oh, rotary. No, it's not a rotary. That's right. You're not going. I'm not going to let you go by. Too many cars cut me off in this game, so I'm cutting that guy off. I'll admit, driving this this part of the road right here reminds me of like when we used to go to my grandma's house out in the country. You know, she like lived in the suburbs of the country. Another 3 hours and 34 minutes. That's not real time, really. We'll probably be there sooner. But I don't know. I'm thinking about buying Dead Space 3. That game. I mean, I really want to try the demo. I wasn't able to get the demo. You know, some people were able to get it. I think you had to sign up for Origin and then go on Twitter, do some funky stuff. I was like, there was like a chance to get it. Signed up for Origin. I never got an email saying, here's the code, you know, for Xbox or whatever. So I'm definitely going to be downloading it on the 22nd. There will be a Let's Play or First Impressions, whatever you want to call it, of that demo. I kind of feel like I got left out because a lot of other big YouTubers did videos on it. You know, but I don't know. I might just... I actually canceled my GameFly, but I might get it back for Dead Space. I'm just going to get GameFly like when I want a game. I'm not going to like, you know, just have a ongoing subscription. You know, if it's slow, I'll just cancel and I'll just get it back when I need it. You know, but if you can beat a game within like... Ooh, stop. Probably a guy playing a train simulator right there. But, you know, GameFly is actually a pretty good option, you know, for getting games. You don't want to spend $60. You want to play Dead Space? Rent it, you know, 15 bucks. I think it's for one game. And sit down and beat it, you know. The games, what, are only 8 hours, 5 hours. Some games aren't even that long. Assassin's Creed is a long game. I think that was like, somebody said it was like 15 hours. I actually have a copy of that, but I haven't really gone that far into it. I'm actually going to try and bring that back, like a Let's Play series. But, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the country drive. It's having a lot of fun. It's a bus. Actually, have a bus simulator game I got to try out. I think this game, there's another truck game that I'm going to be looking at for like making these vlog videos. These videos aren't going to be for everyone. I don't expect I'm going to get a lot of views, but I enjoy talking and playing this game. Believe it or not. Enjoy it. Yeah, I looked at Minecraft as a blog or a vlog game I want to use, like just record and talk. Didn't work out as I thought it would, and that was because you know, you're under pressure, and I haven't spent too much time on Minecraft, so like you have to build a house real quick before nightfall, and I could do that. That's definitely not that hard to do, but you know, again, talking and going through the menu system and whatever. But you know, I prefer this game, you know. is a beautiful lake right there. Very nice lake. Oops. Reminds me of certain parts of Massachusetts, actually. Reminds me of my sister's condo. And I'm running out of things to even talk about. Let me see if I can pull up a topic to talk about. Alright, I got a topic. What games are your favorites? What game would you take that, if you were on an island, we were going to be there forever, what game would you take? And I know this is going to be a little repeating myself a little bit, but I probably would take this game. Because if I'm on an island, I'm probably going to be aggravated as hell. And I'm going to need something to relax me. Call of Duty is a great game. I love Call of Duty, but it's not relaxing. It's fun. The difference between fun and relaxing. There's a lot of tension in Call of Duty. And so I probably maybe take this game. If I could take 2 games, I take this game and Call of Duty. Now if I could take 3 games, I take this game, Call of Duty. Probably my favorite game of all time would be X-Men Children of the Atom, the old 2D fighting game from Capcom, which I own a copy on the PC and on Sega Saturn. If you put a special code in the Sega Saturn, you actually get a Kuma. Now the boss, which is Magneto in that game, is one of the hardest bosses that I have ever played in a 2D fighting game. Hard. And I couldn't beat him on the Sega Saturn. Beat him on the PC because PC won it. You can just fight in one round. Like, oh, I beat him. He's dead. On the Saturn, you have to beat him twice, like regular Street Fighter style. But I haven't been watching too many TV shows, at all. But I'm watching like YouTube and stuff like that. I feel like I want to start watching some television shows, get back into a TV show. 2 of my favorite TV shows, that I used to watch a few years ago was Burn Notice and Dexter. And, I just, for some reason, I don't feel like watching television. But I might actually get back into those shows. I know Burn Notice, well, maybe not the newest season, but all the ones that I missed are all on Netflix. Dexter isn't on Netflix, but I got Showtime, so I can catch up on the most recent ones, or I could add Netflix DVD rentals and just catch up for a month or 2, and just get those DVDs and catch up. I don't think I really want to pay for them. And so on. One of the shows that I was most addicted to, I had to watch all of them. I was addicted, and the bad thing about being addicted to Babylon 5. Babylon 5 was a syndicated program, meaning it wasn't by a network, and this is before WB and CW, before they even became networks, and then WB and CW, they kind of closed down in some markets. Here in Boston, Channel 56 was WB, but they since Channel 56 was bigger than Channel 38, WB here became CW. But back in the 90s, to watch Babylon 5, you had to, I think it was 10:30 or 11:30 to watch Babylon 5. And sometimes you lie in bed, watch television, and your eyes are closing. And that's not me, that's actually the character yawning. I'd be like falling asleep, and then sometimes you would close your eyes when the commercials would come on, and you know, it's like, try to hear it. Oh, the show's back. Oh, and they like, you have to use all the strength in your head or your eyes, just your eyelids, just to open up, and they're like, and sometimes like sit up, and I'm like, whatever, because I mean, I was addicted to Babylon 5. Probably one of my favorite sci-fi shows. Other sci-fi shows that I like are the original Star Trek. Probably one of my favorites. You know, I'm trying to think of anything else that's out there that I really like for science fiction. I don't know. I like science fiction, but I hold the original Star Trek and Babylon 5 in such a high regard. Oops. Is it getting dark now? That's why I have those on. That's alright. Gotta be careful when you're behind another truck, guys. And in case you guys are watching this video for the first time and you're a truck lover or train simulator person, you guys are wondering how I'm recording this. I'm going to say it again because some people probably may eventually ask me. I'm using Bandicam, recording on a USB stick, and yeah, that's what I'm using. Now, Northern Lion, who I am a huge fan of, he was trying to record this with Fraps. I think he was getting like 1 or 2 frames per second, and DX Tori was crashing, or 1 or 2 frames on DX Tori. Some games are going to have problems with certain screen captures, and you know, you're just going to have to work around those problems with different programs. Like there's probably games that don't work with Bandicam. Just get some more gas, just in case of some problems up ahead. Okay. Fill it up. That's pretty good. So let's get out of here. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a truck channel. So you guys who might not like this game that much, you know, won't show up in your sub box. But I'm talking about like things I think that you guys, my audience, would be interested in talking about, like video games, movies, TV shows, geek culture. That's what I want to talk about, is geek culture. Being a nerd, having some fun. I'll be honest, I'm not a real big sports fan, and ooh, did it get dark? I guess the sun's popping in and out of those clouds. Guy just tried to cut me off. It's a bus. Turn over. I don't want him. You know, I'm not a big sports fan. Sometimes we'll watch the teams when the playoffs are in. I was actually in the wrong side of the road. I forgot. I thought there was a double lane. But you know, I'm not a big sports person, to tell you the truth. I do like sports video games because you know, I can play them. You know, but sitting there and watching other people play, I don't know. I'm not really that interested. I like watching other people play video games, but watching people play sports, I don't know. I'm not that interested in that. Ooh, yeah, scratch my finger. I'm not really that interested in watching, like, especially like my dad is a huge Red Sox fan. Like he'll watch like every single Red Sox game that gets played, every single one. And the only time that he will not watch a Red Sox game is if he's really, really, really sick. And most of the time, even when he's really, really sick, he'll still watch it. I mean, he has to be like have a fever and just like be completely out of it not to even watch one of those games. Toll. Oh yeah, a true story for you. One time, I drove into the wrong toll, and the toll lady was like, "Oh, you trying to not pay the toll?" You know, she's like real fucking ignorant and shit. You know, people make mistakes. Alright, enter. Nah, man, I can drive and drive. I don't need to rest. I should probably rest maybe next time. Hope it's not like real-time rest, like you just go in, you rest, like you hit enter, and then you're, you know, it speeds up the clock for you. But I'm not tired, so why should I pull over? You know, it's part of the sim, but she was like, you're trying to avoid the toll. I know what you're trying to do. It's like, I just drove into the wrong one. And when I noticed I did drive into the wrong one, I backed up and went into the right one. Because I don't want to take a chance with the tolls, getting my license plate, getting a ticket. I'd rather just pay the 50 cents. Or the dollar, or whatever it was back then. Oh, there's a sleeping offense. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, so yeah, actually, they started putting that into effect, really. That if you don't take a nap now, gotta slow down. There are real sleeping offenses for real truck drivers now. Like, they have to take a break. I think there was some truck drivers getting in accidents and stuff. Oh, and in case you guys ever do come to the state of Massachusetts, especially Boston, I think it's Ted. I forget what road it is. Ted Williams, not the Ted Williams Tunnel. There's another bridge that goes around in a huge circle. I'm talking about like you go around in a huge circle. There have been people who have gone around this circle really fast and have literally drove their car off 30 feet and died. I think there was like 1 or 2 people a year that were doing that. And they had to put like slow down signs there and everything. Kind of scary. So just keep that in mind if you ever come up here in Boston. You're on like a really high, not a bridge. It's like it goes around in a circle. You know, it goes up like 30, 40 feet up in the air, and it's just goes around a big giant circle. Do not go fast. To give you a little tip. I don't think I should get a sleeping offense unless I crash. Well, I did crash earlier in this mission. Hit a guy. That was when I was awake. Coming up to, yeah. I think you get deducted points a little bit if you take the cheap route in parking. Like you just hit enter, you know, park it. But if you park it, you actually get, you know, you get the points you deserve. This part looks a little bit like Boston. These buildings coming up. Alright, here we go. Alright, so yeah. got another sleeping. Alright, so let's go in here. And try and straighten this cab out. See if I can. I have to back it up right over there. You want to go this way, and I will back it up and move the cab. Then what you want to do is straighten those tires out a little bit. Oops. Should be going this way. I still make that mistake. I'll go this way. Hold on. Let me just see if I can concentrate here. It's not going to work out. So let me try this. See, when you're in this perspective, I get my forward and backwards mixed up. I'm gonna cheat. Go on the street and try to straighten out as much as possible. And then back up. If I go this way, down, alright buddy, I'm parking here, get rid of my load. Here we go. You go this way. Going this way? Very hard to do. I'm actually all types of fences here. I don't know why I'm eating at fences now, because I'm in a safety zone, kind of. Having a hard time doing this. Okay. I'm gonna do this way. This is getting hard. Come on, back it up, 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 back it up. Ooh, maybe this will work. I gotta go this way. Alright. Here we go. So I know what I'm doing. Gotta do this like this. Alright. Yeah, I just have to turn. Right here. Ooh, that tree. Back it up. Back it up. That's a little bit. Have to go this way. Ooh, the rig's not straight. Let me see something. I have to think. I go this way. That's gonna hook it that way. Alright, so. See? Right there. Again, another offense. Alright. There we go. And I need to go this way. Come on, get in there. Oops. That's not good. But now I can get straight in there. Well, let's do this again. Go this way. Come on. This is not as easy as it seems. I would hate to be a real truck driver because it's not easy to park. What I'm trying to do is lining up as much as I can, and then just go for the backup. And oh, I got it. This isn't working. Go this way. Drop it. Drop it. I did it. Took a really long time. Guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe. The parking is going to be the most boringest part of these videos to watch. If I choose to park these 18-wheelers, it messes with your mind. Looking at it back at the back of the cab, your left and your rights, and then it's reversed from the way the cab will move from what you're pulling. So anyway, guys, mp4podcast.com signing out. You guys have yourself a good day. Hey guys, bye.